Hi everyone. So in this week's Sicha from the Ernanov, the Rebbe explains again the importance of learning in Geula Moshiach. Okay, because the nights are getting longer, we have more time to devote to Torah study, so we can increase our learning, specifically in Geula Moshiach. So let's remind ourselves, why is this so important? So one of the main reasons is because you can't live with something if you don't know what it is. And the Rebbe is telling us to live with the Geula, get a foretaste of it, actually enter it. It's right there, open your eyes. But how can we do any of that if we don't know what it is? And the truth of the matter is, I have these conversations with myself sometimes where I'm like, am I living with the Geula? What is the Geula? Do I actually know how to define the Geula? And if you ask most people, they really don't know how to define it. You know, they might tell you some of the nice things that are going to happen in the Geula, some of the things that are going to stop happening, things we're looking forward to. We know we want it. We know it's going to be good. But what is it actually? And to strengthen this, I want to remind us, and we've discussed this before, the Geula has always been here. It's always been here since the beginning of the creation of the world. So what does that even mean? Well, we know that there are certain tzaddikim who lived with the Geula. They actually were holding on a level where for them the Geula was a reality. And they lived in the same world we do. So what does that even mean, right? So what it means is that before the Avodas HaBarim was done and the world was not refined the way that it is now, you had to be a really big tzaddik to live with the Geula. What does that mean, to live with the Geula? So the Rambam explains that what the Geula is that this world is a place where we can completely and utterly serve God because there's absolutely no obstacles to our observance. And so all of the abundance that we experience in the Geula, like not dying anymore, because what could be a possible greater obstacle to serving God than death? Not being ill, not having to work hard to make a living, all of these beautiful, amazing things that we're looking forward to are there to facilitate our ability to get to know God more and more. And we should be able to serve Him in a world that was created for that purpose. So therefore, it can't be an obstacle to any of that. The world is here to facilitate the Jewish people serving God. The non-Jews were created for that and everything in the world, right? But before the full Geula is here, well, so that also explains to you the times we're living in, because up until our generation, there was work to do to refine the world, to get it to actually be a place that was reflective of, I'm here to, like the stone will cry out, I'm here to facilitate you doing Torah and mitzvahs. It is the whole reason why it was created, so therefore there can't be any obstacles to it. It is the reason why the world was created. But before the Avodas HaBarim was done, you had to be a big tzaddik. So we see that big tzaddikim, they were completely balabas over the world, right? And like the Alter Rebbe on his way to jail, he made the wagon stop because he wanted to keep Shabbos and they wouldn't stop. So he made the wheels fall off and then they put the wheels back on and then the horse died and they finally got the message like, this is a man of God and he clearly has control over his destiny, right? So then you might ask the question, so if the Alter Rebbe was a balabas over the world and he knew and lived with the fact that the world was created for one purpose and one purpose only, to facilitate him serving God, why go to jail in the first place? And because until the full Geula, when every Jew is living with that reality, the Jewish people needed the Alter Rebbe to lead them and get them to a place where they could live with the Geula, right? So that's the purpose of the Moshe, the Nasi, the Moshiach of every generation, is to get the Jewish people to a place where we are living with the Geula. Moshiach himself actually is the one who causes the whole Jewish nation to do that. And the Rebbe is telling us, we're there. Now the Avodas HaBarim is done. The world is totally ready. And the only thing that's needed is for the Jewish people to open their eyes and realize the purpose of the world has reached its state where it is ready to fulfill it completely with absolutely no obstacles. The non-Jews are waiting to help us. They're waiting to give us the land of Israel. We live in a world that is not holding us back from keeping Torah and mitzvahs anymore, and we now just need to realize that we are Baal Batim over the world and nothing is holding us back. And because the Avodas HaBarim is done, every average Jew can relate to this reality. And that is the Geula. The Geula is living with the understanding that God created this world for us to serve Him in it, and therefore there is absolutely nothing in this world that could possibly be an obstacle to that. And now there really are no obstacles because the world is refined and the Avodas HaBarim is done. So please God. And the Rebbe says, like, I'm just waiting for you. I want to take you into Eretz Yisrael, but I need every Jew to wake up and realize this, and then we'll all go together. It doesn't have to take long for us all to realize. And please God, we'll find ourselves dancing in Yerushalayim. Good Shabbos, everyone.